Hello and welcome to a new vlog. I'm going to do a little mini vlog today because I'm going to Half Price Books, so I thought I would take you along with me. And you're probably thinking, Spirit, don't you complain about how many books you have and you have nowhere to put them? You would be correct, but I'm going anyway. I'm doing some birthday present shopping, and I also am looking for myself for fun for just a little bit. There's not a whole lot that I like specific books that I'm looking for, so it's only if I happen to find like these few that I really do want, or if I see like anything really cool. But for the most part, I'm just going to wander around a little bit. I am very much looking forward to seeing what they have. They just opened. I just got out of massage, had a great time. So I'm gonna go on and head over there after I get some gas because I currently have literally none in this car. But I'm gonna go ahead and go see what they have and see if I can find some good reads. Roundup of the books that I got. There were actually like a lot of good selection today that I was like, oh, should I get this? Should I get this? But I was trying to be good. So I bought a few for myself and I brought a few as a gift. So let's do the gift ones, get those out of the way. My nephew wanted The Art of War. Don't know what that is or what it's about, but I found a copy of that. And then for Christmas, had got him Loveless, and he did like that. So I got I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. And I know this is either being made into a movie or just was recently made into a movie. This is one that I have been meaning to read too over the years, but I haven't quite yet. So got this one for him. I wanted to get him the next Percy Jackson books because he really liked those. I got him The Lightning Thief before and they didn't have any Percy Jackson. So they had Heroes of Olympus but no Percy Jackson and the Olympians. But I'll probably order those online. So the books I got for me, I got a couple. To start, I have completed my Heated Rivalry Game Changer series collection. I got Game Changer by Rachel Reed. They did not have any used copies, but that's fine. I have been looking for this book. I've gotten the other 5 in the series I got at Barnes & Noble over the last couple of months. When I originally asked in like October or November, like, hey, do you have Rachel Reed? I wanted to like read, I wanted physical copies to read before the show came out, and they looked at me like I was crazy, didn't know what I was talking about. And so it took them a while to finally get them in stock. It took Harlequin. Is it Harlequin that prints this here? I think it is. This is Carina Press, but I think they're an imprint of Harlequin. Yes, trademark of Harlequin Enterprises. They really dropped the ball. They were not ready with the copies of books to go along with the show. And I still am waiting for a movie tie-in cover of Heated Rivalry, or show tie-in cover. I think that would be cool, but whatever. But anyway, I've gotten all the other books at Barnes & Noble because I had also looked at Half Price Books for these originally. They didn't have any of them. So I collected them at Barnes & Noble as they were in stock. And then the last time I was there, I had gotten the last 2 or 3 I was missing, and then they didn't have Game Changer. She's like, oh, do you want me to order it for you? And I said, sure, why not? It's like they just order it to the store and you can come and get it. And I had gotten an email that they got it, and then like, you have 2 days to pick this up. And I was working, so I didn't have time to go get it. So I figured I just got it at Half Price Books. They had a bunch of copies in stock. So got Game Changer. Should I do a reread? Honestly, should I? And then this, so the way I kind of decide what books I'm going to end up actually buying is if it's an author I've read before and enjoyed, and if it is a book that I've picked up before and thought about buying. And this one falls into that second category, The Proposal by Sonora Reyes. So this is a queer romance. It's fake dating, fake engagement for a green card situation. And it just sounds really, really interesting and really fun. And I think it'll be a cute story, and one I actually probably feel like I'm in the mood to read pretty soon. Oh, there's discussion questions in the back. Maybe I'll even make it my book club book, because I haven't decided what my book club book is going to be. This copy is a little bit water damaged, but I don't mind that. It's blurbed by Julie Murphy on the front. I like Julie Murphy. It's also Friends to Lovers, because it says best friends, fake fiancés. So it's about 2 characters that have been best friends, I think, for a really long time. Now they're roommates, Alejandro and Kenny. They are faking the whole relationship so Alejandro can get a green card. But if Han was going, who's Han? Han would we, I have no clue. Is Han a nickname for Alejandro? I guess. I have never heard that as a nickname for Alejandro. Okay. And I wish they had kind of made that a little bit clearer in this synopsis. But if Han was going to marry anyone, it would be his ride or die best friend since 1st grade. And then Kenny is newly single, and what better distraction from his soul-sucking relationship than proposing marriage to his best friend. The line between fact and fiction begins to blur the closer they get to their wedding date. With all eyes on Han and Kenny, including a meddling ex and immigration officers, will these 2 bros make it down the aisle for real? I think that sounds literally so cute. Author is Sonora Reyes, who's also the author of The Lesbiana's Guide to Catholic School, which is a book that's also been on my TBR. I don't know. I was trying to see if they had their pronouns in the info, but I don't. I'm just gonna go with they, because the thing just, the little about the author just goes by their name. So, but also the author is native to Arizona, which is cool. So this is a local author. I wonder if they ever do any signings or anything. That would be fun. Or if they're still in Arizona, I don't know. But yeah, this sounds really good and definitely like higher up on my TBR. And then lastly, I got Haunted Ever After by Jen DeLuca. This is a book that has been on my TBR, or been on my radar for a little while, one that I've wanted to get. And I was saying earlier that I read books that I've read the author by, or read books by the author before. Now that I'm sitting here, I don't think I've actually read a Jen DeLuca book. I've met her and I've had books signed by her, but I can't remember if I've actually read any of them. But this sounds so cute that I don't care. This is a small coastal town in Florida where they've kind of just latched onto this haunted ghost town vibe, which you wouldn't really expect from a coastal Florida town, but they get a lot of tourism from that, or try to, and so the one of the main characters, Nick, is the owner of Hallowed Grounds Coffee Shop. You give me a character who's an owner of a coffee shop and I'm sold. It's one of my favorite things. Maybe I just really want to quit and own a coffee shop. Anyway, he embraces the ghost town tourism to keep the local economy afloat. He has a whole themed thing. And then Cassie Rutherford. I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. She possibly overreacts to all of her friends getting married and having kids when she leaves Orlando and buys a flipped historic cottage in Boneyard Key, which is the little haunted town. And her house is potentially actually haunted by some ghosts. And so they start to work together to research who lived in that house. And yeah, go from there and fall in love. And I just think that premise is literally the cutest thing ever. This illustrated cover, not my favorite, but that, I mean, don't care too much about that. But this sounds so cute and so up my alley. And I own multiple Jen DeLuca books. But yeah, now that I'm like home, I'm thinking, actually, I don't think I've read any of them. I just own them all. And I don't think there's like a lot of books that take place in Florida, and I have been there. I spent a lot of time there just because that's where my sister used to live. And I've got other family there. So I think that'll be a fun little setting, a different, you know, change of pace. So I'm very excited to read this one as well. So that is my little haul. I hope you enjoyed my little mini reading, shopping vlog. I have a problem. I know I buy a lot of books, but one day, this is my thought, because I remember I've also said, oh, I'm gonna do an unhaul soon. I've kind of just given up on that idea. If this is the one thing that brings me happiness, it's the one thing that brings me happiness, okay? So I'm just gonna keep buying and trying to read more books. My other thought is that maybe one day, if the housing market crashes, we'll be able to have my own home, and I want a whole room that is a library, and I can fill it with as many books as I'd like. What I have now is like 2 full-size shelves and 1 smaller shelf that it's just a little less wide. So of course I can't fit all my books on just those 2 shelves, but one day I want like 8 shelves. So I've got future room. I'm just thinking for the future. So, and I really do want to start rounding out the contemporary romances in my collection a lot more. I have so many fantasy, and I've just been reading a lot less fantasy in the last couple of years, and so I really want to still commit to buying contemporary romances rather than just fantasy. I had a mindset for a long time that I should only buy fantasy books because those are like the bigger, the longer books, the more serious books. I don't know what my like hold up in my brain was, but now I'm like, if it looks like a good contemporary or it's one that I've read and enjoyed, why not buy that one too? So that is my haul. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Bye.